What is going on, everybody? It is I, the Franchise, here with another installment of Wrestle Talk with the Franchise. This is the Backlash recap show. It's going to be relatively quick for various reasons. One of them just happens to be that I have somewhere I need to be today, and I did not want to not do a recap show as I told you that I was going to do. So I do not want to waste any time because I have little time to do. This Premium Live was the first Premium Live event since Wrestlemania, so it was, we always want to see what is in store for the WWE moving forward in the new era, the new chapters. As we all know, WrestleMania is the culmination of various storylines that have taken place in the WWE, and obviously when Backlash starts, it is a new chapter. With that being said, my overall take on the show itself, it was a solid show. I'm going to tell you why it was a solid show, but this is a key component to why the audience matters for these Premium Live events, or just for events in general. Because SmackDown, crowd was live. Backlash, crowd was live. You'll notice when it comes back to the States, and this is not a knock on the fans here, but overseas fans appreciate what the WWE does more, in my opinion, because they rarely get these opportunities. So when they have these moments where they are there, they show up and show out. And you've seen it from the opening start of the show to the very end. There was not a moment where that crowd was down. They were on 10 the whole time. At one point, it got to 15 or 20. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what I'm talking about right here. As you see, the Jey Uso entrance, him coming out, in that crowd, hey, that moment right there, you see it. They all had their cell phones, they all had the camera, they all had the flash on, and they were rocking so much so that Corey Graves, and I don't think that they tell them to say this stuff, and this is why I love this regime. I love what Triple H is doing, because Triple H is pretty much allowing them to be true and be authentic and be themselves. So when Corey is literally sitting there telling Cole, I've never experienced something like this. Like, the crowd the walls are shaking. Someone, I believe Triple H might have posted on Twitter. If it is, you'll see it right here. But somebody took a picture of their watch. Now, if you have an Apple Watch, if you have a smartwatch, I have an Apple Watch, and sometimes when I'm in my car or I'm around or I'm somewhere and the music or the sound is too loud, you will get that alert on your watch saying, hey, turn down whatever you're listening to because it's going to do damage to your ears. That man took a picture of his watch. I believe it was at that point when Jey Uso was out there, and they said it's too loud. That audience made Backlash one of the, and I would say based off of if we do stuff based off of crowd participation, Backlash will go down as one of the greatest crowd participation events in WWE history, hands down. So, you already know how I do this. I do my takes. I have match. I have OMG moment. I have feel good moment. And I have best performer. So, match of the night, I'm going to go with the triple threat match for the WWE Women's title. Honorable mention to the opening match, that tag team match with RKO, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens against the Bloodline. But that triple threat match, I'm not going to say it was the crowd, because the crowd was, like I said, on 10 for the whole event. But it's just like, I'm a fan of women's wrestling. And there is not a bigger star right now than Tiffany Stratton. There isn't. Like, Jade Cargill she's a work in progress. I've been saying that. Congratulations, though, to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I'll talk about that later. But Tiffany Stratton just continues to show she is like the next star, one of the next stars in this business. You know, just the confidence, and they was talking about it, her confidence is what makes her great. The fact that she goes into this ring and knows, I can stand in the ring, I can dance with these other superstars. I could dance with the Baileys, the Naomis, the Beckys. You know, I can't wait to see her and Charlotte get in the ring, because that's going to be Charlotte. We all know Charlotte is the pinnacle. Charlotte is, in their minds, in their eyes, Charlotte is the standard. And I cannot wait for Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton to lock up, because I think that's going to be a phenomenal match. Like I said, honorable mention will go to the tag team street fight that ended up happening with the Bloodline coming out victorious because of the newest member of the Bloodline, Tonga Loa, who is the brother of Tama Tonga. We all know where this is going. We all know where this can go. We've said it before. I've said it before. I would say it again. It's going to be a true Bloodline civil war. I'm going to dive more into that maybe on the next episode, because, like I said, I'm on borrowed time, and I just wanted to give y'all my thoughts on this here pay-per-view. The OMG moment is the KO brainbuster off the top rope through the chairs with Tama Tonga. That spot was brutal. I mean, that match, if it wasn't for that triple threat match, I would say, it's that, like I said, honorable mention. I'm going to go that match second as my favorite match of the night. But that spot was insane. Feel good moment, obviously, is going to be Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill winning those tag team titles, because you've seen the joy and excitement. And one is Bianca Belair's first tag team title, so congratulations to her. But also, you see how Jade Cargill was excited that she was able to do this. You know, like, she's under great mentorship with Bianca Belair, which is the perfect thing that they had to do. Put them two together, let Bianca Belair teach her and show her the ropes. Jade can get a name for herself, and we can see the flourishing. We can see her, because I've always said, if you pay close attention to me, I've said that I want to see her. I want to see her be that mega star that everyone else sees her as. But I just wanted to see the work get put in, and she's doing it. She's not having these 2-minute, 5-minute matches with all these people like she was in AEW. She's having solid matches, and she's going long. Like, you know, yeah, she had her match with Chelsea Green, and that was kind of like a quick one-off. But all the other matches that she's having long matches. She's learning these ropes, and I'm happy to see that because now we can actually sit there and say, okay, this is who she is. Let's move forward in this. Let's see how this goes. Now, can we see a possible Jade turn? I can see that happening because I can see if they lose the tag team titles, Jade Cargill gets upset with Bianca, attacks Bianca, because Bianca Belair is like, as I've always alluded to, she's the female John Cena. You know, will never turn, is loved by the fans, loved by the young women, the young girls. I don't see them ever making her go heel. Honorable mention for the feel-good moment. I said it earlier, the Jey Uso entrance, just between SmackDown and Saturday. Those two rocked it. Like, those two entrances rocked it. And there's this photo right here sends chills down my, sends chills all over my body. Because you see how the crowd absorbs and loves Jey Uso. Jey Uso, and there were reports that Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman convinced Triple H and Vince to let Roman continue after Mania 39. Like, let them win at 39 because we can tell the bigger story with Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Cody Rhodes all at the same time. And this is this is the result of that action. Everybody was upset that Cody Rhodes didn't finish in 39, but it paid off in the long run because look at the other stars that have emerged from them waiting another year. You now have the megastar in Jey Uso. That entrance, Jey Uso's entrance alone is crazy. But in Lyon, France, they proved Jey Uso is a star. And you have to thank our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, for doing such this, for executing and pulling this card and saying, I want to make stars out of my cousins, and look at what they've done. Solo Sikoa is now coming off as a badass, and not even an enforcer, a badass boss, even though CM Punk hinted that maybe, just maybe, the real tribal chief, the real person who's calling the shots is none other than the final boss himself, The Rock. I'm going to get into that next week. Trust and believe. Even though this is a quick episode, I promise you guys, next week I am going deep dive into this whole entire bloodline situation. Best performers. Tiffany Stratton in that WWE crowd. Lyon, France. You guys are on my list for best performers because you guys literally rocked the hell out of that. Every entrance that came out, y'all sang their songs. Every time Samantha Irvin announced the participants, announced the winners, y'all were in unison with her. That crowd, let me tell you something. That crowd, I have my hat is over. I tip my hat to you guys because you guys prove why it is such a phenomenal thing to be a wrestling fan. Fans like y'all. Y'all are the reason why I love this shit. Y'all are the ultimate reason why I love this shit. So that was my overall take on Backlash. I do want to talk briefly about how apparently on SmackDown I didn't see this confrontation, but apparently during the segment with Cody and AJ Styles. I don't know how true this is. I have to go back and watch it, but after you watch the replay, they do alter some things in there, so they probably did take this way. I know when Paul Heyman was talking to Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, the crowd was chanting that we want Roman, and Paul Heyman said, "You don't know how much I want Roman Reigns too." Apparently during the Cody Rhodes AJ Styles segment, they were chanting for Roman Reigns, or probably it was one point, I don't know if it's on SmackDown or if it was during their press conference early in the day. Crowd was chanting for Roman Reigns. Now, a lot of people, I think the Ace was one of them that made this stat, but he alluded to how the WWE, Cody Rhodes, this whole thing, it doesn't feel right without Roman Reigns. Now, everybody who at one point in time said that they were tired of Roman Reigns, they couldn't stand the fact that Roman Reigns was still champion, all this other stuff, you can miss me with all of that, because at the end of the day, as I've always said, and I said it once Cody Rhodes won that undisputed title, now the buck is on you. Can you live up to what Roman Reigns did? Can you be that needle mover? Now, grant, Backlash was the largest gate in any arena in WWE history. That is true. But we also got to take into account that is solely because of the mere fact that they were in France. So of course they're going to sell out. They're going to come out in drones because of the mere fact that they know that, hey, this is the one in opportunity that we're going to have a premium live event here. Let's show out. So they did that. But you are noticing that Roman Reigns' presence is really missed. But I will get into that later. I will get into all this stuff later. I promise you guys. But I did not want to go a week without giving you guys any content. So with that being said, also, it is official. WrestleMania next year is going to be in Las Vegas. Me and my brother had a conversation during WrestleMania, and I know that they hinted about Minnesota, but I was like, nah, it can't be in Minnesota. It can't be. You have to have it in Vegas. I was like, you just have. It is not right. I believe the last Mania that was in Vegas was WrestleMania 9 in Caesar's Palace. Okay, that was, I believe, the last WrestleMania that was in Las Vegas. I know they had SummerSlam in Vegas with, was it SummerSlam? A couple years back, I believe SummerSlam was in Vegas. But WrestleMania has got to be there. It has to be there. And then somebody I seen on Twitter talked about, since it's there, they have to have Raw and SmackDown in the Sphere. It will be a crazy experience. I don't really know the concept of that Sphere. I do know that events do take place in there. So we'll be kind of interested to see how that happens with the Sphere with Raw and SmackDown. But I'm looking forward to that. I actually was talking to somebody yesterday, and I had said that, I'm thinking, very highly thinking of going to SummerSlam. SummerSlam is in Cleveland this year, relatively close by to us, to me. And I was thinking of doing that. And I thought about, if I did go to SummerSlam in Cleveland, that I may do a little vlog for you guys. Because it will be my first premium live event that I went to. And also, I would love to do that. I would love to take this and just go and have interactions with people, like talk to, other wrestling fans and get that feel, especially because it's SummerSlam. It's one of the big four. So I know that also Money in the Bank is in Toronto. So it's a toss up, you know, which one I want to do. Do I want to go to Wrestlemania? Do I want to go to SummerSlam? Do I want to go to Money in the Bank? Do I want to do both? So wait and see. But guys, that is it for my recap of WWE Backlash. I will be doing more. I will be giving you guys more of my thoughts. Obviously, there is more to talk about. We are seeing tension amongst the Judgment Day. Is this meaning that they are going to turn on Priest? What's going on with Dom and Liv? What's going on with that? WWE likes to plant these Easter eggs, and we seen a little Easter egg on Monday Night Raw a week back, where you see Dom coming out the locker room in the background, and you see Liv coming out, or you seen Liv coming out first, then you seen Dom coming out. So that's going to be very interesting to see what happens with that. This week is the official start of the new era as far as the draft, after the draft is done. So all the participants that are there is in their respective places now. I'm very interested and shocked that Gunther did not go to SmackDown, because I figured that he would, because he would probably vie for the Undisputed title. But it's interesting, because now I wonder, well, who are you going to have Cody feud with on SmackDown? Very interesting to see, because, you know, you have more faces on SmackDown, so I feel like someone is turning heel. I would love for it to be Randy Orton, but I think that's too early. Maybe Bobby Lashley. Carmelo's there. Maybe a LA Knight, but he's not. Just have to wait and see. Let me know what y'all thought of Backlash in the comments below. If you're new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at RCW_podcast. Also follow the Ace, RCW_Ace as well. I am the franchise better known as the Podcast Tribal Chief. Signing off. As I said, I apologize. This is probably the shortest episode that I've done of Wrestle Talk with the franchise, but that just means that when I come back next week, I have a ton of shit to get off my chest. Till then, I am out. Later.